Hey everybody, what's up? John here. Today I wanted to talk about staples in Commander. Now I'm not talking about fetches, shocks, or even tutors. Nah, I wanted to talk about some staples you might want to consider going after if you're a new player or just not sure what kind of decks you even want to build, or if you're just looking to pad out your collection. As a general rule, you should buy what you can afford and what looks fun. As I always say, the rule of cool trumps all. I think these cards can go into a wide variety of decks and fit a multitude of playstyles, and will be a solid base to start building out your collection. Let's get into it. Starting off in green, we got Eternal Witness. For just $2, this creature lets us go get any card from our graveyard and do it again. Rampant Growth. Search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped. It's fixing, it's ramp, and it's only 30 cents. Then there's Harmonize. Draw 3 cards. What deck doesn't want to be drawing cards? And thanks to constant reprints, this card's only 30 cents. Let's not forget about Beast Within. It's lands, creatures, enchantments, artifacts, and best of all, it's just 80 cents. This is a snap keep. Finally in green, we got Beast Whisperer. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you get to draw a card. Keep in mind, this is just cast. It doesn't even have to resolve or even hit the battlefield for you to start racking up the value. And at $2.25, any green creature-based deck is gonna want this card. Next in blue, we got everybody's favorite, Counterspell. Our opponents are gonna be doing stuff we don't like, and the best way to stop it is to just say no before it even resolves. And at $2, this is the best way to do it. Then there's Solve the Equation. Search your library for any instant or sorcery, show it to your opponent, and then put it straight into your hand. You can even go get something like, I don't know, Counterspell, and then laugh as your opponent weeps. Best of all, this card's only $2.30. Next in the turn order, we got Midnight Clock. This artifact acts as ramp, and if it happens to survive for 3 rotations around the table, it'll draw you into a fresh grip of 7. And just to demonstrate how powerful this card is, it used to be $2 whole, but thanks to recent reprints, it's down to 30 cents. Up next, we got Leyline of Anticipation. For just $2 and 4 mana, you can play your permanents at instant speed. And as a bonus, if this is in your opener, you get to start the game with this card for free. Last but not least in blue, we got Windfall. Each player discards their hand, then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards discarded this way. If someone's ahead and you play this is a great way to catch up. And it's just $4.20. Next up in white, we got Idyllic Tutor. This card lets you search your library for an enchantment, reveal it, and put it straight into your hand. In almost every deck that plays white, there's gonna be some type of enchantment you want to get out of your deck and into your hand. And at only $4.50, this is one of the best ways to do it. Now, we also got Austere Command, one of the more versatile board wipes that lets you choose 2 of its 4 modes. And at 80 cents, I think this is a great pickup for your collection. Sticking with the whole removal thing, we got Generous Gift. This is your Beast Within, but just in white. Lets you hit artifacts, enchantments, creatures, lands, you name it. And at $1.20, this is a must-have for your collection. Switching over to protection, we got Mother of Runes. Mother of Runes taps to give creature you control protection from a color of your choice. And in every commander deck, I can think of at least one card you want to protect. That's right, your commander. And she lets us do just that, and she comes in at only $1.20. Bringing up the rear in white, we got Timely Ward. If we cast this card targeting our commander, we can cast it at instant speed. And best of all, we can flash this into our collection for only $2.50. Up next, we got Animate Dead. Now this card's a little bit wordy, but basically it lets us enchant a card in our graveyard and put it onto the battlefield with this attached to it. Now this card's pretty good because it lets us bring back any creature card in our graveyard back onto the battlefield. Best of all, it only costs $3. Then we got Swift In. Swift In lets us destroy a creature or planeswalker, lose 2 life, and then it exiles itself. Once it's exiled, we can cast Murderous Rider that's a creature half. This card is removal and a body. best of all, it's going to ride right into our collection for only $2. Next, we got Deadly Dispute. For 2 mana and the additional cost of sacking a creature, we get to draw 2 cards and create a treasure. Drawing 2 cards is good enough for just 2 mana and sacking a creature, but we also get refunded half of the mana cost with that treasure token. This card comes in at just $1.20. Next on the list, we got Decree of Pain. This 8-drop lets us destroy all creatures on the battlefield and draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. And it has the added benefit of letting us pay 5, cycle it, or discard it from our hand and draw a card, and when we do, all creatures on the battlefield get -2/-2 until the end of the turn. This is great for getting rid of a big board state of tokens, and if you just don't have the full 8 to cast to do it. And just for $2.50 we can bring the pain with this one. Now, saving the best for last, we got Bolas's Citadel. This card is powerful because it lets us play lands and spells from the top of our library, and for the spells we cast, we don't have to pay their mana cost, but we have to pay with our life total. And if we have 10 non-land permanents on the battlefield, we can sacrifice them and each of our opponent will lose 10 life. And best of all, we can do all this for just $5. Now, this comes with a little bit of a caveat because it's this specific version that you're looking at on screen that's $5, and the price is creeping up fast. Moving straight into red, we got Blasphemous Act. This 9-drop lets us deal 13 damage to each creature. Now, 9 mana sounds like a lot, but this card gives us a discount for each creature on the battlefield. It's not uncommon to cast this card for 2, 3, 4 mana and deal 13 damage and wipe everything off the board. Then there's Chaos Warp. The owner of a target permanent shuffles it into their library, reveals the top, and if it's a permanent, they get to put it onto the battlefield. Now, this card does have a chance to flip your opponent into something even better than what they had before, but those things are so few and far between that I think this card is worth it, and sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuit. Moving right along, we got Vandal Blast. At worst, Vandal Blast blows up target artifact you don't control. At best, it'll blow up each artifact you don't control, and with treasures running so wild in this format, I think this is a snap include, and it comes in at just $4.40. Then there's Fervor. Creatures you control have haste. This lets you attack through or get value off your tap abilities as soon as they come into play. Now, this stretches the limit of our budget, coming in at just $5.89. But if you can stretch it just that little bit extra, I think this is well worth it. Curse of Opulence. This lets you enchant a player, and each time that player's attacked, whoever's doing the attacking creates a treasure token. This rewards you for doing what you're probably already going to do in the first place, attack. And if you're not in an attack strategy and you're in red, this encourages other players to take out whoever you pick. Finally, we got artifacts. Now, if I don't mention Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Swiftfoot Boots, Solemn Simulacrum, or Commander's Fear, I'll be exiled and banned from ever playing Commander again. That being said, I've got a few more spicier picks that you might want to consider. One of those being Herald's Horn. You get to choose a creature type, get a discount on that creature type, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you get to look at the top card of your library, and if it's that same creature type, you get to put it into your hand. Now, this is big because your turn order goes, upkeep, this triggers, and if it's a creature card that you picked, it goes into your hand, and then you draw. And this is only 10 cents over budget, coming in at $5.10. Next up, there's Wayfarer's Bauble. Pay 2 and sack, search your library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped. It's ramp, it's filtering, it's everything you need. Better still, it comes in at just $1.45. Moving right along, we got Caged Sun. This gives creatures of our chosen color +1/+1, and the lands of that same color tap for an additional mana. This pushes the boundary of our budget at $5.99. Up next, a personal favorite of mine, Panharmonicon. Artifacts and creatures that enter the battlefield and cause an ability to trigger an additional time. Better still, this one comes in at just $4.50. Last up, we got the Amonkhet Monument Cycle. They come in 5 different flavors, and each one lets you cast the creatures of that flavor for 1 less mana and give you an additional bonus depending on which color you choose. Best of all, they range in price from as high as $3.20 to as low as 20 cents. So that's it, everybody. Let me know what you think, and if you've got a card that should be on this list, comment below and tell me all about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.